There comes a time in a man's life when he stops chasing and starts attracting. And the irony is, many older men don't even realize just how magnetic they become. If you're over 50, 60, or even 70, and have ever wondered why some people are drawn to you, why you get attention from younger women, or why strangers open up to you, this video is for you. We'll explore 7 subtle but powerful signs that show you're an attractive older man, even if no one ever told you, especially when it comes to age gap relationships where quiet confidence and maturity speak louder than ABS or youth. 1. You radiate calm confidence, not ego. The younger man often relies on loudness, style, or status to be seen, but the older man, he doesn't need to prove himself. He knows who he is, what he wants, and more importantly, what he doesn't tolerate. You don't flinch under pressure. You don't overreact, you respond with reason. That steady, calm presence is deeply attractive, especially to younger women seeking emotional safety and maturity. You may think you're just quiet or reserved, but to others, you're strong, grounded, and wise. A man in his 60s listening calmly during a conversation. A younger woman smiling admiringly at him in a coffee shop. A scene of him walking confidently alone. No rush, no noise. Attractiveness isn't always loud. Often, it's in the quiet power you carry without even trying. 2. You look better with age, even if you don't try. Gray hair, laugh lines, strong posture. Many older men are shocked to find they're getting more attention now than when they were younger. Why? Because aging, for some men, enhances their features, giving them that silver fox charm. It's not just physical, it's the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, the stories your face tells. You've grown into your body, you've embraced your age. And that makes you stand out. You don't need to chase trends, your authenticity is your style. Close-up of a man adjusting his collar, showing gray temples. A flashback photo of him in youth, compared to now he aged better. Women watching him with curiosity as he enters a bookstore. 3. Younger women open up to you easily. Have you noticed that younger women often talk to you more openly than they do to their own peers? That's because you're not trying to impress or seduce. You listen, and that's rare. They feel heard, respected, and safe. And even if you're not seeking a relationship, your emotional intelligence makes them gravitate toward you. They can sense your experience, your patience, and your lack of judgment. This makes age gap relationships not just possible, but often deeply satisfying for both sides. A scene of a younger woman sharing a story while the older man listens attentively. A flashback of a similar moment from his past where he used to interrupt more. A quiet coffee shop with gentle music and conversation. You've become a magnet, not by charm, but by depth, and that is incredibly rare and attractive. 4. You know how to hold space without competing. When a younger woman is with a younger man, there's often competition, for attention, for validation, for success, but with you, she feels peace. You don't need the spotlight, you allow her to shine. You celebrate her ideas without turning the conversation back to yourself. And that's more powerful than any six-pack. You offer stability, not just financially, but emotionally. And for many younger women, that's the deepest desire. A dinner scene where the woman talks while he supportively listens. A quiet walk through the park, her leaning on his shoulder during a thoughtful conversation. You're not afraid to let someone else be the focus. And that confidence in not needing to be first is deeply attractive. 5. You prioritize meaning over drama. You've outgrown the games, the chasing, the ego battles. You're not trying to prove how many people want you. You're focused on connection, peace, and value. You don't argue over little things. You're emotionally stable, that peace you bring. It's rare, it's magnetic, you may not realize it, but your low-drama energy makes people feel safe, even crave your presence. A scene where he calmly handles a disagreement with grace. Him walking away from chaos with quiet dignity. Sitting in a library or reading room, lost in thought. You're attractive because you've mastered the art of peace, and peace is the new sexy. 6. You have stories, wisdom, and depth, not just looks, you've lived. You've failed, you've rebuilt, that wisdom can't be faked. That emotional depth can't be copied. When you speak, people listen. And in age gap relationships, younger women often find this experience incredibly alluring. They're not looking for a boy, they're looking for a guide, a partner, a teacher, a listener. And you, without knowing it, may already be playing that role. A moment of storytelling around a fireplace. A montage of old photos, travel, family, life moments. Younger people leaning in as he shares his life lessons. You are living proof that life experience is attractive. Don't hide it, share it, that's where your beauty lives. 7. You're comfortable with yourself, and that's irresistible. Perhaps the most attractive quality of all is that you don't need to be attractive to feel valuable. You've stopped pretending, you've accepted your past. You've embraced who you are. And that quiet self-acceptance makes people curious, makes them lean in, makes them wonder, what's his story? You don't try to change to be liked, you show up as yourself, and ironically, that's what makes you truly magnetic. A man cooking alone in his kitchen, smiling, reading a book, petting a dog, enjoying a hobby. A younger woman watching him from a distance, drawn to his peace. You've learned to live for yourself, and in doing so, others want to be part of your world. 8. You make her feel safe, not just physically, but emotionally. In an age where many women have experienced unreliable relationships, flaky communication, or immature partners, there is something deeply comforting about an older man who simply shows up and stays consistent. You don't cancel last minute. You don't send mixed signals, you're not playing games. When you say you'll call, you call. When you promise something, you follow through. You may think of it as just being responsible, but to her, it's incredibly rare and it builds emotional security. You're attractive not because you dazzle her with gifts or grand gestures, but because she knows that when she's with you, she can exhale. She doesn't have to wonder if you'll disappear or if you mean what you say. Your age has taught you the importance of honor, commitment, and trust. These aren't just values, they're emotional anchors. In age gap relationships, this sense of emotional safety is often the very reason a younger woman prefers an older man. She may not articulate it, she may just say she feels at peace with you. But the truth is, your calm reliability makes her feel like home. Woman resting peacefully on his shoulder during a quiet ride. A text from him, just checking in, let me know when you get home safe. Her smile as she sees him wait patiently for her outside, you may not realize it. But in a world of uncertainty, you're a man who brings calm. And that kind of emotional shelter, it's profoundly attractive. 9. You have nothing to prove, and that's rare. You've lived through enough to know that ego is expensive and exhausting. You no longer feel the need to win every conversation, to one-up everyone's story, or to constantly assert dominance. Instead, you're relaxed in your truth, you know your worth, and that quiet self-assurance is something that many younger men haven't developed yet. When you're with a younger woman, you don't feel threatened by her dreams or opinions. You let her be herself, without making it about you. You offer advice only when asked. You don't correct just to be right. You don't argue for the sake of ego. This freedom you give her to be herself without being judged is incredibly attractive. She may even tell you, I feel like I can just be myself around you. That's not a small compliment, that's a sign you're radiating uncheckable masculine energy. Him smiling and letting her finish speaking during a lively debate, her laughing and relaxing in his presence. A scene of him walking away from unnecessary conflict with quiet confidence. Attraction isn't always about how you look, sometimes it's about what you no longer need. And a man who has nothing to prove is the most powerful man in the room.